Hi, I'm Debra Weller of Storytellingcourses.com. Today I'm going to demonstrate for you of telling a personal story. Now, when you tell a personal story, think about the great storytellers in your family. For me, it's Auntie Lil, my grandfather, and my father. And I always loved listening to the stories. Even if the adults were off chatting, I'd have my ear geared toward that story. Personal stories are the stories we own. And that is the best part about them, is because they're our memory. And how we bring them alive is that we first have to think about, where was I when I had this memory? How old was I? What did it look like in the place where I was? What did it smell like? I want to engage all my senses, because if I engage the senses in my story, my audience can understand my story and walk with me, because a storyteller paints the picture. And now I want to tell for you a memory, and I'm going to call it, Don't Mess with Mama. I grew up in Louisiana, and mamas had to be always respected. My mama had 3 children. I was the middle child. Had my older sister, 2 years older than me, my younger brother, 4 years younger than I, and I was in the middle. We learned very early about some rules about Mama. Number 1, Mama did not like to be awakened in the morning. Well, one morning my brother and I, could have been 6 in the morning, I don't know, we just woke up. And of course we started chatting and playing and running around toward the living room area. And that's when Mama's door opened, and there she was in her nightgown. She folded her arms and looked at us and said, "Why are you awake so early?" Mama, we're playing. We're just having fun. You know the rule in the house. You do not come out of your rooms in the mornings until it is 8:00 on the clock. Mama, we don't know how to read no time. How are we supposed to know when it's 8:00 on the clock or 8 o'clock or whatever? I see the number 8, I see the hands on the clock, but I don't know exactly how to tell time. Well, I need my rest, and you two can go out in the backyard. So gladly we went out in the backyard, and we played. We got my brother's trucks out, we rode them on the grass, we pranced around with the dog, we looked out for any neighbors that might be by, and we ran and jumped, and we'd take a nice little branch off of the willow tree. Well, when we tried to get back in the house, Mama had locked it. My brother and I just looked at one another. He was only like 2 at the time. But we continued our morning play, because we knew, don't mess with Mama. She eventually came and unlocked that door at 8 o'clock. And we got our breakfast of Cheerios and a donut. And we knew better the next time not to mess with Mama. There was also something really important that Mama had. It was her secret chocolate stash. But it wasn't so secret, because we knew it was in the dining room hutch on the top shelf. That's where Mama kept her almond joy. Oh, it was her favorite delight. And sometimes in the quiet of the hot afternoons, when we were all asked to be in our rooms, Mama would reach up onto that shelf, get her almond joy and a cold Coca-Cola. She would go sit in the living room. Now, the living room was also Mama's sacred place. She would close the louver doors, put one of her records onto the record player, on the stereo as it might be. She especially liked listening to Frank Sinatra. and she would go into her sacred space, sipping on her Coca-Cola, eating her almond joy, and reading her favorite book. Now the three of us knew, don't mess with Mama, because this was her sacred place. But nonetheless, we just couldn't wait that long to be separated from our Mama. And I pushed that living door one day, and I said, Mama, can I come in and sit with you? She just folded her arms and said, don't mess with me, Debra Ann. This is not your time. This is my sacred time, and you do not get to have it. So get back to your room, go play with your brother and sister, but you do not get to bother me until 3 o'clock. Oh, Mama, I don't know about time. I don't know anything about time. But you better go figure it out, because this is my Mama time, and you are not invited. Later on, we'll chat. Later on, we'll play. But not right now. So, Mama taught us a lot about cooking and cleaning, having manners, reading books. But most of all, my Mama gave me something to carry on when I became a Mama. And that was the words, don't mess with